So yeah, at home, I get for a lot of dragon salt. Rachel's a massive fan.
Hell yeah. What kind of stuff do you guys cook with it?
All sorts, everything.
Yeah.
She literally puts it in almost everything.
That's the funny thing with dragon salt is that we made it because I love Chinese takeaway, and there's something specific that I always go for, which is like a smoked chili chicken, or like sometimes it's called salt and pepper. And I remember when someone told me about it and they were like, oh yeah, we get chips from the Chinese. I'm like, what are you on about? And they're like, yeah, you got to try it. It's salt and pepper chips. I was like,
yes,
yeah, I got salt and pepper at home that I can just do that. Like, why would I like buy that? Yeah, and I got it and I was like, whoa, this is basically just like crack. And, it's just like in your face, like MSG flavoring, and it's exactly what you crave when you think about Chinese. It makes me salivate like pretty much 23 hours of the day thinking about MSG. Yeah,
I got the shakes from it because when it was me and my buddy, we were up in Liverpool at the time, and they are big on their salt and pepper chips up there.
Cool, yeah.
I met up with some people who were like, I'm not even going to try the accent.
Yeah.
Better not.
Yeah.
We've already upset enough people. But they were like, you've never had salt and pepper chips? And we thought, we just scrape a little bit of salt and a bit of pepper on them. No, you haven't. And so we're going to take you out, we're going to get you really pissed.
Yeah.
And then as we get in the taxi, we're going to get some salt and pepper chips. And it was
perfect.
Best, man. It was.
I love it. I think it's like, and everyone seems to know what it is now, whereas I had no clue what it was. And I love cooking stuff at home, as everyone does, but it's that secret ingredient to making proper egg fried rice,
Yeah.
And if you don't make it that way, then kind of like, what's the point of you even trying to emulate something? You're just like bastardizing something, and I guess in a way we're doing that by making our own mixes, and they're kind of like, homages to other things, and I can't claim anything that we make. Everyone makes hot sauces, everyone makes seasonings, but the funny thing with dragon salt is it's called a Chinese salt and pepper style seasoning. At the start of the whole coronavirus pandemic, just before, it was our best-selling product.
Right.
Even beat Pablo.
Really?
People were going nuts for it. As soon as the Chinese virus came around, our sales dropped. No one was buying dragon salt, and I was like, "Are you serious? Like,
that's really.
Are you
sketchy.
thinking you're going to get coronavirus from Chinese style seasoning?"
Wow.
And then you hear like, and people aren't buying Chinese takeaway and stuff, and it's like, are you guys like serious? What is this country like? Are you guys crazy? And it's a thing that divides people still, I think, MSG, and we have people talking about it. We're very nerdy about spices and ingredients and stuff, and we use like high quality everything. We never scrimp on stuff. We've done our research on MSG, and it's totally fine, like for your body. It's essentially a salt, sodium glutamate. It's tasty, and it's used in actually most of the world, and in fact in this country and a lot of foods, it's in there. But when you pick things up probably on like shit daytime TV and stuff, or like what your nan said like Facebook, 10 years ago, and they're like, oh yeah, they always use so much, or like whoever they is, like they're using MSG and stuff, makes you really thirsty. Now the thing is, when you have Chinese takeaway, your portion size is huge. You never have like your normal portion size when you go to Chinese. You always just like, it's not just having like a tea-tied like thing in front of the TV, it's like platters of stuff. It's all like all fried, like everything. Everything tastes good. But like, just imagine when you have like a pizza, like a takeaway pizza, not Fat Tony's, because Fat Tony's are pretty clean, but like anything like Domino's or something like this, you eat it and you're really thirsty that night, pretty much with any fast food, and it's just the level of salt. It's the amount of food you're eating. If you had a Domino's pizza and you had 2 slices, which is your probably recommended like portion size for it.
Me.
Yeah, who does that? But you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't wake up thirsty in the night. Mm-hmm. But with the Chinese food, there's a big, just like annoying, like passive aggressive kind of semi-racist thing where it's just like, it's so annoying, man. And it's like people that chat like they know anything about nutrition and food. I mean, look at me, I know everything about nutrition. But I'm just saying that it's just as bad for you as salt is. Yeah. And you wouldn't sit and eat like a whole tub of salt. you wouldn't do the same with MSG. You have to respect the ingredient, and that's what we do with our spice mix. And it's just a delicious thing, and it wakes up flavors. And I was talking to you about it earlier, wasn't I? Mm-hmm. And on its own, doesn't really taste like that much. But when you pair it with specific flavors and specific ingredients, so garlic in MSG is an amazing flavor combination. We also use it with, in the dragon salt, we pair it with the garlic. We've got ginger. We use a yeast extract in our garlic and herb, which is an amazing ingredient. And you mix those two things. Both of them essentially are flavor enhancers, both pretty natural, but they are just delicious. And that's kind of like, one of the things we're trying to do with things. I remember we went to a market once and someone picked up the taster of dragon salt. This is before COVID and stuff. And so they were having a look and like said it was delicious. He called his wife over and he was like, wow, you have to try this. It tastes just like the Chinese takeaway, about all this stuff. And then like he looked at the back and he was like, it's got MSG. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what? You got to bite your tongue. So I don't, but I should bite my tongue a lot at the markets because I just think people chat so much shit about stuff and